Well, if you got a letter from the city of Atlanta warning your business had no permit and should stop immediately, you'd probably take that seriously.
Yeah, that is unless you're unlawfully running a valet company. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis investigates the battle for the streets of Midtown Atlanta. Randy?
That's right, Russ and these are the guys who park your car when you pull up to a restaurant or a nightclub. If you're required to pay more than just a tip, they're supposed to have a special park for hire valet permit. The city's overall aim is not just to protect your car, but protect lives.
Dear God, please be with Ebony and be with her family as they go through these tough times.
They say a prayer for a woman they never knew on the 2-year anniversary of a night they'll never forget.
She was standing right over there.
Right in front of Joe's on Juniper. This is surveillance video of a group of people waiting for a valet driver to bring up their car. In the top right corner of the screen, notice the valet has trouble putting a Mercedes in park. He jumps behind the wheel and instead of hitting the brake, he hits the gas. Ebony McCrae-Curley was crushed to death. Several others hospitalized. Turns out the valet service that contracted with the restaurant had no city permit. The location never inspected.
She was not left with an appropriately safe place to stand in the event that something like that happens.
A few months after the accident, the parking company applied for a valet permit. The city turned them down, citing significant safety concerns with the location's layout. In September 2018, the city issued these violations to the restaurant and sent the parking company a cease and desist order. But 2 years after the accident, a valet service still operates on the same spot. That's because they'll park your car for free here now. If they don't charge, they don't need a permit. They've also added this special wait area for patrons. It's not clear, though, whether the other issues raised in the city's cease and desist order were ever really addressed, and whether this is enough to prevent a future tragedy. But Midtown residents complain the city is ignoring a larger problem. Other valet companies continuing to park cars years after the city told them to stop. Check out this surveillance video outside the Boogaloo nightclub. Watch the valet company park customer cars in the handicap spots across the street. Can't do that. In fact, their drop-off location blocks one lane of a busy public road, Ponce de Leon Avenue. Something the city said in this cease and desist order you can't do even if you have a permit. One of the reasons, someone can come along and plow through your car door.
You have no security that you're safe.
What you're seeing was recorded just a month ago, 2 years after the city sent Boogaloo that cease and desist order. In an email to the Fox 5 I-Team, the nightclub would not answer our question on why it continues to block traffic on a state road, but said they're asking the state to give them a clearance letter that will help them qualify for a city permit. They say they're hoping the city will work with them to find a solution. Last summer, the City Public Works Office compiled a list of 15 additional illegal parking facilities and asked Atlanta police to help address these issues.
How you doing?
We checked out this one on Piedmont Avenue. The issues have not been addressed.
How's this work? What's the charge?
It's $2. That's what I want to tip. Everything will be done.
What is it? $2?
What's that?
$2 and a tip and pay when we're done?
Yes, sir.
Remember, Public Works told Atlanta police nearly a year ago this location was operating illegally. Yet nothing has changed. APD could show us no evidence they've taken any action on that list.
It saddens me that the city of Atlanta won't protect the citizens better than they are.
In a statement, Atlanta police said our questions prompted a meeting to review that Public Works list. We have identified several locations throughout the city in need of enforcement. Neighbors know where they can start.
They've instructed them to leave, but they come back.
From his 15th floor condo, Mark Herster has a big picture view of the problem. In 2017, the city ticketed the valet company operating on Peachtree Place. In 2018, Mark shot video at the same location. A valet company set up in the middle of a public street to park cars, sometimes causing huge traffic backups. In 2019, we saw it happening ourselves. Even worse, it's all going on in front of off-duty officers working extra jobs at the clubs.
It happens right under their eyes, and they see it happening.
Mark sent his video to the city. Public Works issued a cease and desist order. 1 year later, not much has ceased.
I think it really boils down to just a lack of persistent enforcement.
We're doing a story because the city of Atlanta has said you can't have a valet service out here.
We don't do valet on the street, we do valet on the street.
Well, I've been watching you. You've been picking up cars all night and driving them.
TV.
Why are you still in the middle of the street trying to run a business when the city has told you to stop?
The club manager said he had no idea the valets were not allowed.
The city's told them to stop. Are you aware of that?
No. I know the only time we trip on the valet is when they're charging too much to park.
Nobody wants to see the clubs go away.
How do they stay in business without finding some place to put the cars?
You know, that is a tough part. These streets belong to all of us, whether you're a visitor or whether you're a resident.
Now, Ebony's parents have each filed a wrongful death lawsuit for what happened in April 2017. The restaurant's attorney responded by denying any wrongdoing, including the lack of, quote, reasonable safety precautions. The restaurant is asking for a jury trial.